And at the end of the chart, what you're going to see is that the replacement rate right now is 2.2, or I'm sorry, the birth rate is 2.2. I had to go back and listen, but I think we talked about like the fact, at least in a meeting we were in, we talked about how college universities may see lower applications for the first time next year as a result of lowered birth rates in the US. So there's an industry higher ed that has to start preparing for this. You know, we've got an economy that's been based on, you know, GDP, right? So gross domestic product is like, what's the total output? Well, if you have less people producing, right? Um, Not to say GDP is going to go down definitely because you could produce more per capita, but it does become harder because it's not just about the production, it's also about the consumption, right? And so if you've got a global birth rate that's declining, I think the global birth rate we looked at before this show has gone below the replacement rate. So the replacement rate is
Yeah.
2.4.
Uh,
And at the end of the chart, what you're going to see is that the replacement rate right now is 2.2, or I'm sorry, the birth rate is 2.2. The fertility, I think it's called the fertility rate, and the replacement rate's 2.4, right? So
yes.
we're actually, that shows population decline globally.
I mean, if you look at this, this chart starts in 1960 at 4.7, got to a high in 1963 of 5.3, right? zero point 0.3 in 1963 to 2.2 in 2023. So it's safe to say that in 2025, it's at this rate, it's probably 2.1 or 2.0.